You ever like just sitting in a room and the
Mm-hmm.
lights start flickering?
Yeah.
It's always a little creepy, right? Like, is it the wiring? Is something wrong?
Right.
But what if it's not the wiring? What
Yeah.
if it's something more,
Okay.
like connected to the Earth's energy? Something like that.
That's a really interesting idea.
Yeah.
And it's something that people have actually been thinking about
Really?
for centuries.
Wow.
So today we're going to do a deep dive into all the different ways that the Earth's natural energy could be impacting our world,
Well, okay.
and in particular our electrical systems.
Okay, cool.
We'll look at some of their scientific stuff,
Right.
geothermal activity, solar flares, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll get into some of the more unconventional ideas,
All right.
lines,
All right.
energy nodes, things
Oh.
like that.
I am intrigued.
Yeah.
But before we get into all that, like, mystical stuff,
Yeah.
let's start with the science. I mean, is it even possible for something like geothermal heat to mess with our lights?
Well, think about it this way.
Okay.
The Earth's core
Mm-hmm.
is constantly radiating heat outwards.
Okay.
And that heat
Yeah.
can actually affect the electrical resistance
Mhm.
in underground cables.
Oh, wow.
It can make them
Yeah.
behave kind of erratically.
Interesting.
And that can lead to those flickering lights you mentioned.
So it's like the Earth itself is messing with the wiring.
Exactly. And it's not just heat.
Oh.
Earthquakes, shifting tectonic plates,
Right.
those can actually cause physical damage
Oh, wow.
to power lines
Okay.
and lead to instability in the whole electrical grid.
Gotcha.
The volcanic eruptions, too,
Yeah.
with the ash clouds, the
Mhm.
intense heat,
Right.
those can disrupt power grids in
Yeah.
the short term
Uh-huh.
and long term.
So even stuff that happens far away
Right.
can affect our electricity.
Exactly.
I
And
mean-
then there's also space. Yeah, you got solar flares,
Oh, right.
those bursts of energy from the sun.
Yeah.
Those can cause
Mm.
geomagnetic disturbances,
Mhm.
which can interfere with electrical systems here on Earth.
So something millions of miles away
Yeah,
can cause our lights to flicker.
exactly.
That's incredible.
It is.
Okay, so we've got this
Yeah.
solid scientific foundation for how natural forces
Yeah,
can impact electricity.
right.
But now I kind of want to get into the more
Sure.
esoteric side of things.
Okay.
What are relay lines?
So ley lines,
Okay.
it's a fascinating concept.
Right.
Imagine like a network of invisible energy lines
Okay.
crisscrossing the Earth, and they connect all these places of historical or spiritual significance.
Okay.
Stonehenge,
Yeah.
the pyramids,
Mm-hmm.
ancient temples.
Okay, so they're like the Earth's
Right.
energy highway.
Yeah, that's a good way to visualize it.
Okay, cool.
And where these relay lines supposedly intersect, you have energy nodes.
Energy nodes.
And these are areas where the electromagnetic activity is believed to be particularly intense.
Okay.
And some people believe that these energy nodes can be so powerful
Mm-hmm.
that they can actually cause physical phenomena,
What?
like flickering lights.
Hold on. Are we saying that these energy nodes
Yeah.
could be strong enough
Mhm.
to affect like streetlights and light bulbs?
That's what some people believe.
Wow.
And there are actually some anecdotal accounts that seem to support this idea.
Really?
Yeah. So there's this story
Okay.
about these old street lamps that
Uh-huh.
were near a forest,
Okay.
and they flickered in a strange rhythmic pattern.
Mhm.
And what's interesting is that geologists went out
Yeah.
and they measured unusually high
Oh, yeah.
electromagnetic readings in the soil of that same forest.
Okay, that is a little spooky.
Right.
And we're not just talking about a few flickering street lamps. This is more widespread.
So they observed similar flickering phenomena
Huh.
at multiple locations,
Okay.
all within a 2-kilometer radius of that forest.
A 2-kilometer radius. So
Yeah.
that's not a coincidence.
Right.
Is this starting to sound like those energy nodes?
It certainly fits the description.
Wow.
And there's a quote from one of our sources that I think sums it up perfectly.
Right.
Flickering lights are gates to the energy nodes of the Earth.
Wow.